the episode. We'll probably just talk. Let me see. Let me make sure everything is working correctly. Well, how are you doing? Jesus, what?
You gonna answer that?
No, I'm just gonna send them a text. Unless it's like something super important or something. Okay, we're good. What's up? It's Weekend Weebs, episode 45, September 26, 2023. I'm Alonzo. I'm a co-host, Jason, here with me, and he's got some breaking news for me that I did not know. So, what are you saying?
Yeah, Zom is indefinitely on hiatus.
What do you mean by that?
Like, it's on hiatus. It's indefinite hiatus. They don't know when it's gonna come back.
What? Psalm 100 goes on definite hiatus after mountain of delays. What? There's only 3 episodes left.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I mean, we kind of talked about this when they delayed the other 2 episodes. I thought everything was already done. I didn't think they like produced while the schedule. You get what I'm saying? Like while this show is in season. I thought
Yeah,
they did everything out of season, and then the episodes were just ready to be released at said time. But
that's what I thought too.
I guess not. Because most of the time when there's a hiatus or something, it's based on like, a holiday in Japan. Like it'll be like, oh, 1 week hiatus for because there's a holiday out or something like that. But I don't know.
Well, that is troubling news. I can't say that I am surprised by how this season has been going. Um, like you said, there's been tons of delays. Probably like 3 or 4 different episode delays, and now going on indefinite hiatus. I don't know. We don't know how long it will be gone, but definitely disappointing. I'll say because I like the show and I think it's been good the whole time. It's just had trouble with delays. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I don't know who produces or what studio it is. I don't know why they're having so much trouble, but hopefully it's back in the next like couple weeks. I would hope. This whole season's just had a lot of delays with Jujutsu having the 3 week
Yeah, but that
delay.
wasn't really a delay. That was just like
It was
they
a delay
planned
of some
that.
kind.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it wasn't like abrupt surprise delay. Like we knew this was gonna happen from the start.
Yeah, it was planned. I don't
Yeah.
know how anime companies do it, honestly. Like, I don't, if a show isn't continuous, if it's just like a seasonal show, I don't know how that works. Like Jujutsu, then it was like 4 years in between the seasons. But like, that's why I don't get why there needs to be a 3 week delay. If everything, I feel like everything should be done, but I don't know how stuff works over there. Because maybe they don't. Maybe they do it weekly. I don't know. But yeah, whatever. It's all good. Uh, let's talk about the JJK episode since today was a big week for JJK.
Yeah, we were both very wrong.
What do you mean?
You said he was gonna kill people, like
I did say
humans,
that.
and I said I don't think he'll want to, but he might realize he has to, and it might happen. But he put the safety of non-sorcerers ahead of the safety of I guess you could say himself.
Yeah,
And he only used his domain for like 0.2 of a second to be a distraction.
Right. Wasn't it like 5 minutes or something?
He used it for 2/10 of a second, but it took him 5 minutes, 300 seconds to kill 1,000 transfigured humans.
Okay. So he uses it, goes around, slices all their heads off, and then I forget the reasoning. Why didn't he kill the main curses?
Oh, he was saying it would take longer than the amount of time he used his domain, and he was like, if he used it for longer than that, all the regular people would die possibly because they're inside of it for too long.
Okay. I thought he said it had something to do with them waking up or something, or the chances of them waking up. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. And then some other things that I have to fix because we talked about it last
filler.
week.
Yeah, we talked about it.
It
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't filler. They just
was just out of
reordered it.
sync with the manga. So she does do her crows and map it out, and Yuji does fight the grasshopper curse. So that's all canon.
I still
It
don't
just
take back
it
what
just
I
wasn't bad. It just was bad to Jason. That's
Yeah.
I was surprised. I was reading and I was like, okay, let's look at this episode through the manga, and then I see this and I'm like, whoa, what? This isn't filler. It's just out of sync. I don't know why they're doing stuff out of sync though. Maybe
I
just
mean,
for
these don't really matter, like what order you do these in, because I mean, after he kills this thing, they're on their way to get to Gojo, and then Gojo's sealed already. He gets the, the message. So it's like they could have showed it either way. It didn't really change much. I'm pretty sure these two things happen simultaneously
yeah.
in relative time to the show.
Well, at least we know it was. Excuse me. At least we know it's canon. Let's see what else we had here. And that was about it, right? It's just.
Yeah.
Well, this is the same episode where he like killed Hanami, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we had the ghetto reveal, but it wasn't really a reveal to us at this point. But
yeah, I mean, I kind of already knew.
Well, you told me.
I didn't even get spoiled. Yeah, I told you. I didn't even get spoiled. But I knew from like, I just thought it wasn't him, like always, and then I got it confirmed through another source. But I originally thought that wasn't him anyway, because why would he be working with like curses?
I didn't know either, but I just appreciate that now. I know that it was supposed to be a surprise. Because I saw it and I was like, okay, yeah, this. Because I feel like it wasn't just you and me. I feel like it was a lot of people who are like reading the manga too, who forgot the placement of the reveal of that. And like a lot of anime only people I saw, they did actually like not know that wasn't Ghetto.
Yeah, I saw that too, but
so I
don't know. I just felt like it wasn't him ever since the movie ended. I mean, obviously they didn't show the body. I mean, he explained because Gojo, being Gojo, for whatever reason, didn't have his body disposed of properly. He just let it. I don't know what he did with it. Maybe he buried it himself, and then that allowed the brain curse to find his body and put his brain inside his body, and now he can use all his capabilities.
Right. I think it was because he didn't have Shoko dispose of it. I guess maybe because he didn't want her to see Ghetto like that, maybe. Who knows? They don't say why. How'd you feel about? I thought the animation was great this episode.
No, the animation was good. They thought they had him stumped by using the simple domain to like squeeze his infinite and neutralize it, but he was like, "You doing this is just making me have to make it stronger." And then that's when he just walked into Hanami and splatted her like a bug on the wall, which was like crazy. And then he was like, "All right, you're next." And then he was gonna go get the volcano dude, but then he was like, "Yeah, I can't fight up close. I have to just run and stay in the in the crowd." And then he was talking to the blood dude like, "Why aren't you helping? Like, do I need to kill you? Because you're not helping us right now. You're just sitting in the crowd not doing anything." And they were both trying to like bombard him
Ain't
with
that
like
always how it
attacks.
is in the trios though? It's always that one guy. He's like in the back sniping.
So he was in the crowd. Everybody was just around, and they were like throwing, like killing the civilians and trying to get to him. And then they gave him. They pretty much did. They set it up like this on purpose because fake ghetto. I know his name. Do you mind if I say his name?
Yeah, I
I
know his
mean, it's
name
not
too.
really a spoiler, like for anybody listening, because I mean they showed that he's not real. I'll just tell you his name. It's Kenjaku. Uh, Kenjaku was basically like ghetto or not ghetto. Gojo will use his domain, his domain expansion if it's at the cost of if the sacrifice is minimal, but once it reaches a certain amount, then it becomes too extreme for him to view that sacrifice as okay. And then that's when they drop more, regular people from the ceiling because after the like Hanami sealed it with wood, but then they unsealed it and then a bunch of humans fell down, so it increased the total number of like innocent bystanders around. And he was like, all right, this is like he would be okay with it, but he's okay with people dying, but he's not okay with people dying by him. You know what I mean? And he
Right.
was like, at a certain point, it just got too extreme, and they're like, "This is our trump card," and then he still opened his domain, and I was like, "Oh, he's still gonna do it. He doesn't give a fuck." And I was like, "Yes, yes."
Yes. I like Crazy Gojo. I think he's very
Yeah, yeah.
entertaining.
I was like, he's like, because they were saying if it was Yuji definitely wouldn't do it, like no question. But
Yeah, that's what
Gojo,
Mahito thought.
yeah, he was like Gojo. He'll think about it. He would do it unless it's too extreme. And so
Yeah.
it got
And
too extreme, and he
I
opened his
think
domain.
and I'm pretty sure
Which,
Gojo also said um what did he say? Like in his head, like some of the people like you may die, but like it I will at least like exercise these curses. I think he said
yeah,
something like that.
that's what he was saying. Yeah, but then they dropped more people down, and he was like, "Ah, damn, I can't do that." And so I low key need to go back and watch exactly what happened, but I'm pretty sure he bluffed his domain expansion. Like he did it, but then he closed it right away because he wasn't still in it. Like he opened it and then closed it, and then that made them because they were like, "What is going on? Like what happened?" And then they also said that regular people he only did it for 2 tenths of a second because he felt like that was the amount a normal person could withstand. And everybody, it was like the closest people in proximity went 2 months without being able to move or like they couldn't talk and stuff. Like they're basically riddled completely, basically in like a coma or a vegetational or a vegetable state. Like they couldn't do anything for 2 months, and then they went back to normal after. And that's only 2 tenths of a second because they got like six or like what did it say, like half a year's worth of
It
time
was half a
in
year.
yeah in 2 seconds that was just running through their brain. So that was kind of
That's
crazy.
low key the time chamber
Yeah,
from Dragon Ball.
yeah, the hyperbolic time chamber, and so that was pretty cool. I still don't. I do need to go back because I don't know because it said he only used it for 2 tenths of a second, and then he was like he killed all the like 1,000 transfigured humans in
I thought it
300
was like
seconds.
299 seconds.
Like 299 seconds, two
That's what I
tenths.
remember. Like 200. He used it for 299 seconds. I thought. I guess I could go and look, but let me see.
Because 2 tenths of a second is like not even
I,
a full second.
yeah, I don't think it was 2 tenths of a second.
That's what he said though. That's what they said. They were
Wait,
like,
let me see. Um. Oh, it is okay. 0.2
yeah,
seconds.
0.2 seconds.
So what were they saying before?
And he said he did that on purpose because he felt like that was in his head. That was the amount of time he thought regular humans could maintain.
Oh, they were killed the 299 after the deactivation.
Yeah,
Deactivation. Blah, blah, blah.
yeah. So that's what I thought
Deactivation.
happened. Like he activated it, bluffed it, so they'll run away, and then he killed all the transfigured humans around, and then when he got back, he was kind of gassed, and then he saw that box. Which I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of plot armor in the sense of you just see this random ass box on the ground and you don't
Yeah.
back up. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't back up, and then it opens up, and he's still kind of looking at it. And then like, I'm not gonna say it's plot armor because when he sees Ghetto, like the fake Ghetto, in his mind he's like, I killed this dude. This is my best friend. Like this is not making sense. And then his eyes are telling him like this is Ghetto. Like his curse energy, everything about him is saying Ghetto. And he's like, my eyes don't lie to me. Like my eyes are always 100% correct when I look at stuff. And they're telling me you're Ghetto, but I know that can't be true because I killed you. So who are you? And then he was like, well, you know, since you kind of figured it out, I'll tell you. You didn't dispose of his body correctly, so that allowed me to find his body and take it over. And yeah, now I'm going to trap you in this prison realm for like 100 years. Actually, no, 1,000 years because I need you out the way, and then I'll let you out after, and you'll see the world is going to be basically controlled by cursed spirits. But we kind of already get a spoiler from the narrator that everything goes back to normal. Because he was like, after 2 months, all the people in the train station was able to return to normal life.
Yeah.
So like, you know, so it's like, I feel like they should have saved that for the end. But me just being a viewer, I'm like, okay, so that means whenever Shibuya fails, or it doesn't, you know, they don't get what they want done fully.
We know the world isn't destroyed, I guess.
Yeah,
At the
yeah.
very
Curses
least.
don't. Yeah, curses don't fully take over.
Yeah.
So yeah. Overall, the episode was great though. I like the reveal, and then at the end, they were walking down the subway because you know the train had left. We didn't really talk about that, but Mahito put all those transfigured humans in the train, and that's when the train showed up, and they were like, "Oh yes, finally Mahito's here." And then Mahito also got the news that Hanami died, and he was like, "What?"
Wait, he's like, wait, really?
Yeah, and so, and then Gojo mentions Yuta and how like he's super strong, and don't forget, like even if you steal me away, there's somebody who can stop you. Don't forget about the guy who stopped that body. And he also said like he has bottomless or boundless curse energy. And then Kenjaku was like, I don't see what you see in him. Like he doesn't have that drive essentially. Like yeah, he might have the
I think he
talent.
said it was something like it was like he kind of made it sound like it was like a one-off thing.
Yeah,
like
which
yeah,
I feel like he could do it again if he wanted to.
I feel like he could too.
So I don't know. It was really cool. And then Gojo sealed away, and then Yuji gets the message from Mekamaru.
Yeah, that was weird. I need to know like where that came from.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I don't know. I might be right. Mekamaru did die off screen. So, you know, when you die off screen, you're not really dead.
I guess.
So,
I guess we'll see.
Mekamaru might still be there, or it might just, he was like, listen closely and hear me. Gojo Satoru.
Well, it was like, if
sealed.
you hear this, that means he's been sealed.
Yeah, so it might just be a message at the end.
Yeah. I guess we'll see.
We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah. Gege really hates Gojo. When I was reading an article about it, like him not liking Gojo, and this was before everything that happened this week, obviously. But he was saying like how excited he was that Gojo was sealed, because he was like, yeah, like I went so long without having to draw him again.
Yeah, like, I don't know why he hates him. He made him. I do get like for plot reasons, like he can't be around all the time because he's so powerful.
Yeah,
and nobody can really stop him unless you like trick him. But it's hard to trick him, and the only reason he was tricked is because he failed to, or he didn't do his due diligence in what he was supposed to after a sorcerer dies, which is take them to the morgue and have their body actually, you know, looked over and everything. So
like he's not like, obviously he's like the strongest sorcerer in the world, but like I also like that he's not like a perfect individual.
Yeah, he's overly cocky.
Like he's made mistakes. Yeah,
but he makes mistakes because he's like, it doesn't really matter. Like I'll figure it out. Like I'll get out of it. Like
well,
even
it's like
then,
emotional
he walked in,
mistakes.
Yeah, but that's only one. That was literally just him seeing Ghetto. And it wasn't really emotion. I guess you could say it's emotional.
No,
but he
there's
was
a
just
few.
trying to.
No, wait. Let me run down all his mistakes real quick. Okay, number one, in the hidden the premature death arc when he tires himself out and they stay at that little beach.
Oh yeah.
And then he comes back and then he gets clapped by Toji.
But that wasn't emotional. You wouldn't say that's emotional because he was letting what's her name live her life.
Yeah, I said it was an emotional mistake.
But like, I'm gonna be honest, that didn't really even make sense because they gave her the option anyway.
Yeah. But I mean,
okay.
I think they did it just in case, you know, like they wanted her to have this good time, you know, no matter what she picked. Yeah. Or at least Gojo did, because Geto was like, "We need to go back. Like it's not. Yeah. We should stay here." They hung out all day. Geto was
trying to look out for Gojo because he was like, "Dude, you're getting tired. Like I can tell you haven't turned off your thing." It was like 2 days, 3 days straight.
Something, yeah. And they got back, and then he got the first time. Yeah. Then he came back and killed him. Obviously,
so that's one mistake.
Okay, and then the second one is during the prequel. What happens? Excuse me. During the prequel, no, not even during the prequel. Same time. He lets Geto go because he couldn't do it. He couldn't. Kill him.
Yeah.
Or capture him, or anything. He didn't do anything. He just let him go.
Yeah, he just let him go. Yeah.
And then the third time's the prequel. He doesn't give the body to get disposed of.
Yeah.
And then the fourth time is this.
I don't think this is an emotional mistake.
It was an emotional mistake.
Because it's like, bruh, I do agree. It's like, first off, I think he should have backed up. Like, sometimes you see that fucking box.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that box looked very weird.
Yeah, that just looks very sus. Like, back the fuck up. Like, what are we doing?
And did his eyes not tell him anything about the box?
I don't know. That too. He was just staring at the box. He was like, what is this? He didn't even say anything. He was just like kind of confused. And then it opened up with the eye, and then because he had to stay within 1 meter for a whole minute. So technically, he literally could have just took like 2 steps back.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He did not move.
He did not move at all. And then Kenjaku showed up as fake Geto, and he was like, the thing is though, it only has to be a minute in his mind. So I mean, we kind of can assume time works differently in Gojo's head. Like everything moves faster to him. Like he processes things way more quickly. And then when he saw him, like his whole life or all his memories and moments with Geto flash before his eyes. So that was like, I guess in his mind, that was like way more than a minute. That was like years worth of time. So I don't know. They didn't really explain that too well. They just said he was just like, it needs to be a minute in his mind. So I don't know if he's just saying like in his mind it was just faster than a minute. Like we just need him to think for a minute. Because you know how sometimes time passes, like when you're not paying attention, you're like, oh damn, it's been like 30 minutes, but it only felt like. So I think that's really what it was. It's probably not that time operates different to him. It's probably just that the latter. So
I think Geto is like,
I have my meeting. Sorry.
How long is that gonna be? You said
30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. It might be shorter than that, honestly. We usually get off quicker. But pause. But
just text me.
I'll be right back.